Hi, I'm just your average neighbor with a serious Barbie collection. You know, everybody has one of those, right? A neighbor, a weird neighbor. But regardless, my shorter video was focused on Midge. This is a longer version of Midge so that you can get the full experience because there's a lot more that you need to know. And that short little minute did not tell you everything. So Midge, she came on the scene in 1963 as Barbie's best friend. This is the OG Midge. Of course, I think she's super cool. Imagine you're a little girl in 1959, you're playing with blonde Barbie, then you get brunette Barbie, and suddenly, bammo, Midge, Barbie's best friend, comes on the scene, and she is a redhead, completely different than any of your other Barbies. I mean, I think she's just awesome. I've always been a big fan of Midge. I'm not quite sure what attracts me to Midge particularly, but I really just like Midge as a doll and as a character. Notice she is not pregnant because the original Midge Barbie was not pregnant. That was only a doll that came around with the Happy Family line, I believe in the 90s. Don't get mad at me if I'm wrong on that date, but I believe that's when the Happy Family line came along and Midge was a pregnant Barbie and it created a lot of conflict. And basically, there's been a lot of Midge dolls, but for whatever reason, the pregnant Barbie is kind of funny because it's discontinued and it's kind of funny in the Barbie movie, so it just kind of hung out there. But yeah, I'll show you some other Midges. This is Alan, Midge's partner, and this is an OG Alan. I do not know why little girls didn't necessarily connect with Alan the way they did with Ken. As you know, even though Barbie and Ken was a thing and little girls did want to have Barbie and Ken, for whatever reason, Ken wasn't a huge success either. Barbie has always been the main stage. But in my mind, Midge is number one. And I adore Alan. His uniqueness, the fact that he isn't as popular is cool. I liked him before he was in a movie and had become, this vision of hilarity that he is now. This is an original Barbie and Midge case that you could have bought in the 60s with your two dolls, your besties, and then they could have been in the same case together, which is super cool if you ask me. And then you have Ken and Alan looking on at the two Barbie and Midge there from the side. So this is a 2-doll case, which in my opinion, super cool. I got this for $10 at an antique store like a while back, and I bet that you would have a hard time finding one of these for $10 now because the Barbie movie has really helped the Barbie franchise to have more popularity, and I'm sure people, what was that? Something dropped. Hold on. Okay, so, and this is what the inside of a vintage case looks like. Oh my goodness, there's my Midge shoes. I have the OG Midge shoes. Forgot about that. But notice it's even got Barbie and Midge little envelopes to put their specific clothing, which is just adorable. Super cute. A lot of times, a way to know if the antique item that you're wanting to purchase, if it's original or not, is its wear and tear. Because in the late 50s and early 60s, when Barbie came on the scene, little girls played with them. They were not thinking, oh, let me just keep this preserved forever. Oh, it was a part of the Barbie case falling off. Oops. But little girls were not thinking, let me just save this. No, they were thinking, let's play with it. What are we going to do with it? Use it. So when you're looking for authenticity in older dolls, the wear and tear is normal. And I actually appreciate a little wear and tear because it lets me know that I'm buying the real thing and not a reproduction. Because I do not like to accidentally buy a reproduction that someone is presenting as if it is the OG. This is the OG Midge gown. And again, one of the ways that you can tell that it's an original is the wear and tear on it. Also, you can tell because when you open it up on the interior, the stitching looks very primitive. It looks like I made this myself, which is awesome, you guys. It's awesome. Here is the tag, Barbie Mattel. You can't really see that very good. Yep, Barbie Mattel tag there. So this is an original Midge gown. And the 35th anniversary Midge doll commemorates that gown. So here you go. This is the 35th anniversary of the Midge doll. And she would have come just like Barbie in a little case like that. They had these cool catalogs, which more on that later, where they used to sell Barbie clothes and things. And I can show you that later. But here's the commemoration of that green dress in here. And you saw the green shoes that were in my case just a moment ago that were accidentally laying in there, but they're still in the package, so I won't be removing those. This is not every day that you find a vintage item still in the package. Also, and I'll have to look at that package to evaluate whether or not it's been repackaged, because now that I think of that, it could have been. But let me show you 50th anniversary Midge doll here. This is Barbie and Midge, besties again. And if you're going to be besties in the 60s, what are you going to need? A tea set, of course. So they both have, there's their little tea sets. They're obviously going to go for a little picnic. Awesome. Love it. I like their cute little outfits. Sorry for the glare, guys. It's really hard to show you Barbies because I keep them in the box and I'm not taking them out. So don't even think that that's going to happen. I keep them in the box because of their hair, honestly. If you've ever opened a Barbie, you know that the second you open it, the hair is never the same again. And I like that in the box, their hair is perfectly in place. So I keep them all in the box. Let me show you another Barbie. This is, Midge, another Midge, which is just a version of Barbie. All right, so here you have 1987 California Dreamin' Midge. This was one of my first dolls. I did not keep her in the box. I had to go buy her later, find her in the box, but I had the original that I had opened and played with. But I think she's just gorgeous. She's got freckles by this point, a lot more hair, red hair just everywhere. This is the California Dreamin' line, which was actually a very popular line of Barbie. Sometimes the way that you know something's going to become a collectible is when a lot of little girls are playing with it, because then fast forward 30 years, those dolls are going to be the dolls that they want to have in their collection, and the ones that they played with are destroyed. So this California Dreamin' line has actually become very popular, and they're pretty pricey. And I only have Midge. I try to keep my collection only to dolls that I really, really love and really want, because otherwise you can just end up, money and space are always going to be factors in how large your collection is or what your collection includes. Here's the back of it, so you can see all the different characters that you could have bought with the California Dreamin' set. And you can probably find these. They're out there. If you spend the time, they're out there. Keep in mind, shipping with Barbies, major thing. So I'll talk about that later in another video as well. It's hard to buy used Barbies because of the shipping and the cases. Here is Earring Magic Midge. I particularly love this one because it is just so 90s. I mean, really, you can't get more 90s than this. Giant hair, giant earrings, a yellow dress. I mean, she is very just kind of extreme. Even the lighting on my camera tried to change when I showed you this Midge. And I love that she came with earrings that a little girl could have worn. Now, of course, I never opened this doll, so I never experienced those earrings that I could have worn, you guys, but I like her. I like the fact that she's, just got those unique attributes. So Midge, she came on the scene in 1963, Barbie's best friend. Of course, every girl needs a best friend, and so we have Midge. Midge, in my opinion, is the OG. I adore her. I think she's gorgeous, and she wasn't always pregnant. Now, from a collector perspective, would I buy that Midge Happy Family doll? Absolutely. Hands down, if I stumbled upon her for a price, like a reasonable price. I mean, I wouldn't pay a ton for her because I don't have the whole Happy Family line. And the value of your Barbies goes up if you have the whole line of something. So unless I was planning to buy all of them, I probably wouldn't spend a whole lot on her. But I would still want her. Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. She was pregnant for a bit. There's a Barbie that commemorates it. There you go. So this is Midge, and this has been a little history lesson in Midge, the OG best friend of Barbie. All right. It's just a Barbie world, and we're all in it.